Time to wake up. Um, People need to understand that the things of this world is vain and everything in it. And the fashion of this world passes away. Everything. Both new will, old have already. So people clinging to the things of the world. They believe in their false doctrines. That man is set in the midst of the land. This is what they're clinging to. Um, Everything that people telling you, you choosing to listen to it instead of going about the word. People want to believe in everything that they feel is right, you know, in their mind and in their heart. But this is not your spirit choosing to believe what you hear. This is your flesh because you so far indulged and indoctrinated in the things of this world that you have been taught over and over and over. So this is what you believe. But the truth of the matter, you know, people tripping on stuff like apps. First you tripping off a device, which is not certain. This is not the Torah. This phone, this ain't this. This is another one of Satan devices, which I said in the last video, which he used to manipulate people, and to give you a sense of pride, which is not of the Lord. He said, before pride comes a great fall. The beginning of pride is when one departs from his maker. This is not of him, that's of Satan. So it gives people a sense of arrogance. It gives people a sense of entitlement, and also it just diverts your attention from the Torah, from the written law. He gave us all of these senses to be able to see, to be able to hear. He gave us knowledge. He gave us the understanding of knowledge, you know, which is a gift. So you have to use your gift, for his purpose and to serve him. But, you know, by us being so distracted by this stuff, I mean, what next? When they take Facebook away, what you gonna do then? When they take Instagram, when they disable YouTube, when all of these things happen, then what? Because people not observed in the Torah. They not even read. People don't have to. 80% of people don't even read. Just read anything. This has become the new book. That's why I gave you Facebook, for you to put your face in it, so that you can be deterred. And you can be distracted by everything that's going on around you, so that you can live in this 3D dimensional place, so you can get escape reality. So that you can lose contact and being intact with yourself, you know, for their purpose. This is how to distract. This is Satan device, so people need to keep that in mind. Like I said, what is people gonna do when they take it all away? Because they gave it to you. So I just wanted to kind of give a few precepts today, and this is from the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 14. It says, "For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. For the corruptible body presses down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weighs down the mind and muses up on many things." So I'm going to go over that again. For the corruptible body presses down the soul. So our body has been corrupted because our minds has been corrupted by the things that we see, that we take in, the things that we hear, us forming our own judgments, us entertaining the doctrine of all of these devils out here, and then the puppets that they setting up on these platforms for y'all to listen to. Now you believe what this person say and that person say. Really, they told you in American Idol, they put the word straight out there, idol. Something that you idol, someone that you're idolizing, right? So this is who you bowing to. This is who you subject and who you humble to. This is where you getting all your understanding and who you are basically worshiping. It lets you know, it says the corruptible body presses down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle, right? About it again, weighs down the mind that muses up on many things. So weighs down the mind that muses up on many things, that ponders different things, that absorbs too much, right? You got your attention all on this, on that. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, uh, hell, Chime, anything, everything, everything. It's weighing down your tabernacle, right? And we all know that Yahushua's supposed to dwell in our tabernacle. The Holy Spirit's supposed to be inside of us, where we being able to muse upon the things of Him, upon that's good, right? Upon His laws and His statutes that He has written before us, so we'll know how to navigate. You get what I'm saying? Navigate through this life and then through this world, because the prince of the air, the prince of this world, right? He is he's like he's so evident. He is obviously here. And if you don't want to acknowledge it, if you don't acknowledge him, then first you're being deceived. You're being deceived because you don't want to believe that Satan is roaming around, right? Like a roaring lion, seeking to whom he may devour, right? Whom he can distract, whom he can get to stay in sin, whom he can get to constantly keep transgressing, and staying in iniquity. This is the prince of the air. This is his kingdom right now. This is his world. He is set, he is set up on him. Him and his host, they are here. So like I said again, the earthly tabernacle weighs down the mind and muses up on many things. So your mind can't be in singleness. You can't be walking in singleness, right? Straightforward, not turning to the left, not turning to the right. If you're musing up on many things. Okay. So my other precept. And also I'm gonna let you know this too. People who you don't want to heed to wisdom, you foolish. You don't want to take the things, you don't want to take things for as you see them and how they is, right? When you being subject to all of these demonic forces that's around, when they get inside of your temple, when they possessing you, having you living a lifestyle contrary to righteousness, right? People don't want to acknowledge this. When you out here just living the way that you want to, leaning on your own understanding, you have already cursed yourself. It's a curse upon you. And men especially, with us being the head. So I told you the order of how we go. Elohim first, so y'all God. Then Yahushua, y'all call him Jesus, his son. Then man, and then up on the man is women. And then the children. This is the order of how things go. So men, it is up on y'all. This responsibility is set up on us to be temperate, to be self-controlled, to be self-disciplined, right? To be meditating constantly upon good, setting our heart up on good things, right? So we know again how to navigate in this world, how we should treat people, how what we should be doing in this time. Knowing that what times that we in, what generation, understanding that we in the seventh week. Understand that we in the consummations of time, the ends. Evil has once again, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Evil has once again been perfected upon the earth. It has, just as before the flood. Again, great evil and wickedness is being worked upon this earth. So people need to understand the kingdom is at hand. Yahushua is on his way. Elohim is coming to reign. He is coming to do a righteous judgment upon this earth. Understand that. And we weighed in the balance. Understand. He already know, he already know who is going in judgment. He know who is going to be cast, who is going to be suffer eternal damnation. He already knows who is going to be put into the judgment of fire. He already know. So people should be double timing, right? Trying to set their hearts up on good things. Again, men, this is for us. And it lets you know in chapter 3, verse 11, he says, for whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable. And their hope is vain, is useless, is void. Their labors unfruitful. Your works, they unfruitful. It don't even profit you. Everything that you do by your hand is coming to nothing, to naught. It's not adding up. You're not being fruitful with what you're doing at all. It don't matter how much that you got or what you got, it's still unfruitful to you. It said their works unprofitable. Their wives are foolish and their children wicked. And then 75% of us ain't even 75% of us, I'm not saying me because I am, 75% of the world is not even married. You know, we still in this, like I talked about in my last video, this girlfriend, boyfriend stuff or whatever, living in fornication. He said that wives are foolish and their children wicked. Their offspring is cursed. So understand this. They said that the children would be witness to the sins of their parents. You know, that's upon them. So basically your children seeing everything that's happening to you, they are witnesses of everything that you're going through. All the evil and all of the curses that's upon you. They are witnesses to this. And they are cursed too. Just because they are your seed. Understand that when Nimrod was here, he said after Nimrod was, you know, one of the most powerful kings in the Bible. And before him, it was his dad. Well, his dad was also a very, very powerful man. He was a powerful king too. And they say, seeing how wicked Nimrod became after him. And so they said, they made a saying and said that it goes to light. You know, if the father is wicked, so is the seed. Understand this, that this is this is the way that it is to this very day. A lot of children, a lot of us taking in the footsteps of their parents, you know, not even understanding why, or just thinking, oh, I want to be like such and such, or you don't want to be like them until you grow up and end up developing their ways. And that's because the seed is after the father. Understand that. So I'm going to go there again. He said, for whoso despises wisdom, whoever hate wisdom and nurture, he is miserable. And their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. The wise are foolish, and their children wicked. Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore, however, blessed is the barren, the woman that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. Women, get married. Understand, y'all having children by these men out of fornication. There's a curse upon fornication. You cursing your children. Understand that. It's so many verses in here pertaining to that. You know, the children that's born out of fornication. Understand that that's not the way that the Lord designed it to be. That's why he made the ordinance of marriage for you to be married first. Understand this, because there was a lot of things happening, you know, for children being born out of wedlock and being born into fornication. You know, a lot of things were transpiring back then. Even men who didn't have certificates of marriage, you know, that you was married to this woman, they come and take your woman. They take your children. That's what they'll do. You know, there's a lot going on. So he set up the laws and the statutes and the commandments to be beneficial to us. Okay. So now we're gonna go over into First John. Actually John, not First John. And this is for basically, like I said, you know, the people out there who is of the world and they love the things of the world. I want you to know that when these videos come on that you're seeing right now and you skip past it and you're not reading or you're not hearkening and you're not allowing the Lord in your life, I'm be real. You have love of the world. And like I said, who is the prince of this world? Satan. So you love him. You might not confess it out of your mouth. You might not even think that you were Satanist. There's some of these people out here, you know, openly worshiping him in this occultic stuff. But subconsciously, I want you to know that you are worshiping Satan. You know, so I'm gonna go all the way through to verse 24. He said, I am the vine of truth, and my father is the husbandman. The husbandman is a farmer these days, what they call it. Every branch in me that bears not fruit, he takes away. And every branch that bears fruit, he purges it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, no more can ye, except ye abide in me. That's why I said, you know, he said that, you know, Yahuwah, he gives seed to the soil. No other man can make this. He gives seed to the soil that is able to even grow, you know, and bear fruit. But again, he said, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. So it can't even bear fruit unless it stay on the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the Nazarene, right? The followers of him. He that abides in me, and I in him, the same brings forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing. And this is Yahushua talking to his disciples. This is God called him Jesus talking to his disciples. He said, if a man abides not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, right? He cast it forth to the ground as a branch, and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. Whew, that's a parable, but it's so understood. He said, if ye abide in me, and my word abide in you, you shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Again, if ye abide in me, and my word abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my Taldim, or disciples. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. If ye guard my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have guarded my Father's commandments, and abide in his love. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And not only greater love he had was for the whole world, he laid down his life so that man to be able to be saved through his blood. Understand that we don't have to offer no more sacrifices on behalf of our sin. The priesthood would have to offer no more sacrifices, right? We'll have to burn this and burn that, and then judgment wouldn't be so quickly up on the people when he got tired of them. You know, understand salvation came through him. He is salvation. That is Yahushua. That's his name, salvation. He said, ye are my friends, ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not, from hereforth I will not call you servants, for the servant know not what his Adonai or Lord does. He said, I'm not gonna call y'all, and I'm not calling y'all servants. He said, the servant don't know what his Lord does, but I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Okay? Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that ye should go and understand. Disciples is the ones who spread the word. Disciples is the ones who spread his laws. They are the lawgivers. Understand, they are the keepers of the law. And that's all of us. Now we are all, that's why I told we are all called to be disciples of the Hamashiach. These were just the ones that were walking with him while he was here on the earth. He said, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. These things I command you, that ye love one another. Now, here we go. He says, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Understand it. It ain't gonna be until you start walking in righteousness, right? When you pick up your assignment as a lawgiver, when you pick up your crown and put it on your head as a king or the Messiah. Understand that. When you pick yourself up and you understand who you are, right? The Yasharel, we understand we are the Israelites, his chosen seed, right? For I made you a peculiar people unto me, right? I set y'all apart out of all the other nations. I made y'all the lawgivers. I made y'all, I made y'all the princes and the kings and the queens of the earth. Understand, he did that for us. Once you understand that, you're going to disown the world and you're going to disown the things of the world. You're going to stop caring for it. It ain't to the end that your sight going to be opened up, right? That you're going to stop looking through your carnal and your fleshly eyes, right? And that you're going to start operating in the spirit or letting the Holy Spirit operate in you. And then you will be given the gift of discernment, right? That only comes through wisdom, right? This is it's a deal, right? It's a 50-50 deal, right? You acknowledge him, he pour forth his spirit inside of you. He's already left it here up on the earth for us. Understand? At first it said wisdom was roaming around on the earth. She was roaming around and couldn't find no man, nobody. So she returned to the heavens and took her place among the angels. Then when she came back out, said she's still roaming. that she found place amongst Israel. So this is naturally in us. You got it in you. Understand that it's in you. There's on the things of the world. Like I said, the prince of the air, the prince of this world, that is Satan. So he told you, if you love this world, you gonna basically, you hate me because the world hate me. So y'all need to understand that. And I'm gonna read that one more time. If ye were of this world, the world would love his own. The world do love their own. Think about it. They put them on platforms. They put you all over on social media, right? They idolize you. They give you a deal. They do all of this. The world favor you. They promote you and all of that. But when it comes to you standing on business for the Messiah and for the Hamashiach and for Elohim and for the kingdom, they're gonna disown you, right? People that you know, day one people, they gonna change on you. They can be friends of a long time. They're gonna change. It ain't really them changing, it's you changing. Then only then you will be able to see, man, these people love the world. They love everything of this world, the clubs, entertainment, social media, idols, right? Self-centeredness. They love all of this. You know, meats for the belly and the belly for meats, but Yahuwah will destroy them both. Understand this. He said, remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord or his Adonai. If they have persecuted me, right? If they have spoken ill of me, if they have talked down on me, they have bashed me, reproved me, disapproved me, they will also persecute you. If they have guarded my word, they will guard yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Right? Like I said, they guys was wood, stone, anything that you can put your hand on. This, anything. These was they guys. Understand, they knew not the Elohim who created the things that they even created things out of. That's what he said, worship him, right? That's why he told back in, and I don't want to misquote it, but he was basically saying, if this is who they choosing to bow down to and who they worshiping as idols, then why not worship the one who created these things? Right? Created the people who even made these things and the materials made out of it, because it all comes from him. And that's the point of it. He said, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Like I said, we worship the one true God that we don't have to see. Understand his holy, he left his Holy Spirit. He gave us spirit of wisdom. He returned so many of our books. All this he have done. All we have to do is walk in his statutes and his laws according to him. That's all. And his grace and his mercy, right? And his favor will be poured upon us so more. He can make you at peace with any enemy that you got out of them. He'll bless the ones that bless you, curse the ones that curse you. This was all in the covenant. Understand? He says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned. So he said, if I ain't come and speak to them, if I had not come and spoken to them, they would never did this. But now they have no cloak for their sins. So now they can't even hide it. The fact, they sinned against them. They did all, look what all they did to him, before he laid down his life. Remember, he laid his life down. No man killed. He said, I laid my life down. He went up there, to die. No man killed him. He said, he that hates me hates my Father also. If I had not done among them the works, get this, if I had not done among them the works which no other man did, they would have never sinned. They had not sinned. They had not had sinned. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. So now that they have seen the things that I have done, remember they was calling magicians and sorcerers, all of this, but he wasn't grinding together no powder. He wasn't tearing up roots. He wasn't cutting up roots. He wasn't doing all this chants and waving a wand made out of Hollywood and all of this. He was doing the works right before them, right before their face. So they seen it. So they knew that this was of the Father. Understand, the God they chose not to acknowledge. Like I said, where they could physically see. That's not having faith, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things is not seen. Understand that. Faith and works go together. They just like this. There is no having faith and not doing the works behind them. It's impossible. How can you have faith in something but you don't act behind it? Right? You have faith in the Lord. You have faith that anything. You have faith that that he's coming back, you're going to be living according to that. Now I have faith. People love to holler that. My faith this, and my faith that. But where are your works at? What you working with? What are you doing? They don't have faith. People have faith. They have put their faith in man, right? The sick have put their faith in the doctors. Understand that. The lost sheep has put their faith in pastors. Understand this. Everybody is doing everything but acting accordingly and putting their works behind it. Let's keep going. He said, again, if I had not done among them the works which no other man did, they had not sinned. But now that they have both seen and hated both me and my Father, but that the word might be fulfilled that is written in writings, they hated me without a cause. He said, but the word, it got to be fulfilled, right? He said, but that the word might be fulfilled that is written in the writings, they hated me without a cause, right? All because Elohim came down in the flesh in the form of his son. He came down in the flesh. Understand? Look what he said they did to the prophets. They killed his prophets. They slayed his prophets. All this, the people that was coming to tell them, right? That was coming to give them the gospel. That was coming to give them the truth, right? To enlighten them, to convict them, right? So that the Holy Spirit can convict them of what they was doing in hopes that they will fall up on their face and repent and turn back to El. This is what it was all in hopes for. Understand? To forewarn them of the things that would come and that would happen if they didn't. And this is what they hated me for. This is what they hated them for. They said they hated me without a cause. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, the Ruach Emeth, right? The Spirit of truth, which proceeds from the Father, he shall testify of me. And ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning. And that's it. So, moral of the story, stop putting our hope in these vain things. Get from under the doctrine of these devils, right? The doctrine is the teachings, right? And the customs that we have been taught over and over and over. Get from under the doctrines of these devils. Stop putting your hope in vain things. For the fashion of this world, it passes away, right? Both new and old, right? But the kingdom is yet to come, and that's everlasting. When he come, and he set the new kingdom of Jerusalem up on the earth. This is eternal. Understand this. Everything passes away. Look at everything from the old. You only hear of it. They only find these, what they want to call artifacts. They find in lands, places. They find in all of these things, right? From old. The fashion of that time passed away. So the kingdom is to come. So we need to be sick. We need to stop being distracted. Remember, the earthly tabernacle weighs down the mind and muses up on many things. The corruptible body presses down the soul, right? And the earthly tabernacle, right, weighs down the mind and muses up on many things. We got our eyes here, there, everywhere except the Torah. So we need to get back to reading and meditate, right? Blessed is the man that meditate both day and night, setting his heart aright upon good things. This is the only way that we can assure that we won't fall to the left, that we won't look to the right, but that we walk in singleness. Understand that. The path of sinners, he said, the path of the sinners is made plain with stones. And everybody, you should know how hard it is to walk across stones. He said, but at the end, it's the gates of hell. So imagine that. People making their lives hard, right? Because they don't want to buckle down. They don't want to hearken their hearts. I'm not telling you to go to church. I'm not telling you to put your faith in no pastor. He is man, right? Flesh and bone. They fail, right? Flesh and bone. It imagines evil. The sun even failed at the end of the day, right? But righteousness is what stands. It is the light. Wisdom is the light. Right? So that's our goal and our mission, y'all. We trying to be assured that we written in the Lamb's book of life at the end of the day. We even want to be in the book of deeds, right? We're going to be in the book of deeds to be received into the kingdom as one of his anointed, one of his powerful ones, one of his anointed ones, one of his special, because we have went and saved souls, right? We want more stones and precious stones in our crowns. We want to be exalted even in a higher place by him because we have done his works, right? And most of all, we want to make it in. It's a lot. It's a lot of people that's not gonna make it in. So this is the mission. This is the goal. Remembering that he said man's days is at the most 120 years. It ain't long. And the biggest example, again, I say, is the people you watch every day. He taking the good with the bad. The young with the old, the good with the bad. Everything and everybody passes away. Understand, but there will be those that's left to see the coming of him. I believe that I received full confirmation that it is this time. Where we in them times in the near. So get ready for the Antichrist to be revealed in the flesh. If you didn't believe in Satan and you didn't think that he was real and he was this mythical folk person with a pitchfork in the tail, a red man in a devil suit, you're going to get to see him in the flesh, right? When he is reigning upon this earth and people are being persecuted and executed, right? Because they choosing to believe in the Lord. Because you didn't want to, so you wasn't took it in the gathering when he gathered his people. Understand that, when some people call it the rapture, but you wasn't taken up in the gather because you weren't one of his set apart, right? And one of his chosen because of the lifestyle that you live. So now you accepting that this is real. But now the Antichrist is ruling on earth. You can't buy, sell, or trade without having the mark of the beast, right? You're being questioned on who do you serve and being persecuted and executed behind this. Understand that these days is to come. So hey, people better hearken right now and buckle down, get in the word, walk in singleness and uprightness. Try. All you gotta do is try. A little bit of reading gonna lead to a little more reading. Understand that. You hearkening. Your spirit have to have a yearning for this. And the greatest way you know that you have love for this world, right? And basically you hate him because you love the world, is if your heart is set up on the thing, your heart and your mind is set up on the things of this world, and your body is set up on the things of this world more than it is the Torah, more than it is his purpose and his cause, right? As if he didn't put you here, he is getting no acknowledgement. That's how you know, right? That's why I have to stay disciplined myself. I just came into this wisdom about a year, going on a year ago. I came into this wisdom and found out that we had books, right? And got my relationship back right with him. And he revealed to me, because I know that I'm one of his chosen. So he revealed to me the fact that we had missing books. And he gave me them books. I understand that. And it wasn't for me to spend 3 hours on social media, 30 minutes of reading, 10 hours on social media, 10 hours, pertaining to the things of this world, or even with my wife, and give him 1 hour. It wasn't for that. It's his purpose and his cause so that I can reach one person. If the number one person hear this, that is great. That is good. Because now I have planted a seed right in you. And who gives seed to the soil? Nobody but him. Right? So all praise. Blessed be his name. Y'all have a good day.